And we back. And today we're doing wheel of points per game. We're like at a halfway point in the NBA. So we got enough sample size to start talking about players that are averaging a good amount and players that are not. Did you know that Jared Dudley's averaging a little over 1 point per game? Because I didn't know that until today, putting together this wheel. So we have this wheel here from 37 all the way down to the 1 point per game Jared Dudley. We're going to spin it 14 times and try to build a team. Obviously, the 37, we got James Harden. And as I mentioned, Jared Dudley's very last with 1.6. Shout out to Jared Dudley, though. I mean, he be getting PT 8 minutes a game. Jared Dudley's a very, very cool dude. But 285 players in between. So let's say we spin the wheel and we get the number 10. We're going to ask, I don't know, what is that? Google Assistant, whatever the heck that thing called, to pick a number. So right here, there are 16 players that are averaging between 10.0 and 10.9 because we're just doing just the start. So we'd ask the Google Assistant to give us a number, and whatever number they give us, that's the player we picking. So we can end up with Jetty Oswin, E'Twaun Moore, Langston Galloway. Bro, Ben McLemore, shout out to Ben McLemore, averaging 10 points per game in his just 24 minutes play. E'Twaun Moore, 21 minutes per game. E'Twaun Moore is killing. I like looking at stats because you can watch as many games as you want, but you don't really know the percentages and stuff. You can be like, oh, you can tell that dude is in a slump but when you actually see the numbers, it can confirm, or you get what I'm saying, right? Either way, that's how we're gonna do things. And yeah, let's do the first spin. Alright, so of course we got the green screen up because I refuse to not get my money's worth when it comes to this green screen. These things are not very cheap. I mean, I guess you could technically just get like a bed sheet that's green and raise it, but I want it to be a little bit more official, so I have to drop some money for it. So I'm gonna use it in a lot of videos from here on out. So let's get into this. Obviously, we're going to probably put together a pretty decent team right off rip, and I need that because I'm like 0 for 3 in my last 3 rebuilds. So hopefully we put together a good team and I ain't got to do that much work because I'm falling off, man. I just ain't the guy when it comes to rebuild anymore. 2 points per game. Starting off, 2 points per game. It's not Jared Dudley, but it's about to be somebody that's playing like him, or I guess a little bit better than him. So we only have 2 options here. We have Matthew Dellavedova, then we have Semi Ojeleye. Bro, Matthew Dellavedova got a bag because of that championship, and also because, again, he crossed up Michael Jordan. We have 2 options here. This is a new program we are using. I've never used this before, so let's see how this goes. Pick a number. They picked the number 2, which will give us Semi Ojeleye. Welcome to the team. It can only, well, I guess it technically can go down from him, but most likely we're going up. And we are to 8 points per game. There are probably some pretty decent guys only averaging 8. We could be talking about rookies with good trade value, guys that are coming off the bench but are impactful. You know, 8 points per game ain't terrible. So there are 14, counting 14 players. In here we have Thaddeus Young, Jackson Hayes, some young guys, Kevin Porter and Cam Reddish. We got Draymond Green, who I guess, again, not having a very good season. I think it was Charles Barkley that was making fun of him because he's averaging a triple single. Pretty funny stuff. 14 players though. 14. Give me a number, please. The number 9. 7, 8, 9. Malik Monk. Okay. I'll take Malik Monk. I don't know if he's gonna have trade value anymore because he's been in the league for a couple of years now and he still ain't really got that much better. But he's only 21 years old, so don't give up on Malik Monk just yet. He's on our team for now, but he'll probably get traded. But if I had to say so, we're 0 for 2 right now when it comes to a good spin. But this is the one at 12 or 13, 12 points per game. There are 17 players here, and honestly, they got some of my favorite players in the league. I'm not saying that Robert Covington is one of my favorite players, but he's a valuable one. Miles Turner, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, PJ Washington, Brandon Clark, Darius Garland, Lonzo Ball, Markelle, John Isaac. There are so many decent players here that I would love to have on my team, but if we end up with one of the players I don't really like, we may have some trouble. 17, please give me something nice. 16, that is DeAndre Hunter, which ain't bad. It ain't bad at all because he's young. He's putting together a pretty solid rookie season. And honestly, I didn't know he was averaging 12 points per game. 12 is a good number for a guy like him. And he's on our team now. That one wasn't an L. Is it a big W? Probably not, but it ain't an L either. We'll take that. But now we're getting there. 28 points per game. We're guaranteed a star player. There ain't nobody averaging 28 that's not a star. So let's see what our options are. Only 2, Luka and Trae Young. 2 sophomores putting together great sophomore seasons. Both of them probably going to be an all-star this year. And not probably, both of them will be an all-star this season, putting up historic numbers as sophomores. But let's see which one we're gonna get. Honestly, I don't have a preference. I love both. And then we're getting the first guy who was, and that's Luka. All right, so that's pretty cool. Again, I ain't had no preference. Luka's probably a higher overall in 2K. So I have a legit star to help us out. He almost didn't fit here because he's averaging 28.9 as of right now. Is that his next game, if he put up 30 points, his numbers may end up at 29 points per game. But as of right here, right now, his 28.9 fits, and he's on our team. I like what I got going on here. Honestly, we got 4 super young players to start off with, and we're getting 16 points per game. We're gonna get a good player. My goal is to win a championship, but the wheel is helping me out. Believe it or not, there's only 3 players here. We have Chris Paul, Carmelo, and Kendrick Nunn. 2 guys that are late in their career, but still doing great things. And then 1 rookie. Chicago rookie too. Y'all know we love me. I love me some Chicago kids. So let's see what we get. 3. And we're ending up with the third guy who was Kendrick Nunn. He is added to the team, Chicago's very own. That is another super young player onto my team. Now, y'all know we like having young players because they do have the nice trade value. Though I love me some Kendrick Nunn at this point, he may get traded. What a beautiful wheel we've got so far. Oh, look at me. I was too happy. They gave me 6 points per game. So we have 18 players here. We got players like Michael Porter Jr., who he's only averaging 6 points per game because he's only playing 12 minutes a game. But recently, you know, when he does get his minutes, he's putting up great numbers. We have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another nice young guy. We got Frank Ntilikina. Chris Boucher barely makes it here. So we got some alright players. And out of these 18 players, we're ending up with the number 1, the very first person. And that'll give us Marvin Williams. So that is our first older player onto the team. I'm not gonna be too mad about that. Marvin Williams can shoot the 3 ball. He may end up getting traded over the next couple weeks, and he's gonna get traded in this video too. Honestly, can't complain about anything this wheel gives me because it gave me a star in Luka, and the rest I can build myself. But we're going to 3 points per game. Okay, that's back-to-back single digits, but I'm cool. I'm chilling. 16 players I counted. None of them super appetizing, as you could probably guess. I mean, Nas Little wouldn't be bad because another young guy who got some trade value, but the rest of these dudes are kind of, I mean, they average 3 points per game. What you want me to say great things about them? They ain't that good, but it is what it is. And we're getting the number 4, and that is Anthony Tolliver. We're halfway through the spins. This is spin number 8, and we're getting the great number of back to 12. Now, we've already did 12 and we had DeAndre Hunter, so I don't need to show you who's on the list. I do remember that there were 17 different options, so this time we're getting the 5th person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is giving us Marcus Smart, who just set a record for most 3-pointers in the game by a Boston Celtics player. Shout out to him. He was just pulling the trigger. There was no Kemba Walker. He was like, I got this. And I don't think, was Jaylen Brown playing? I don't think Jaylen Brown was playing either. So they were missing 2 other guys. Somebody had to score, and it happened to be him. Don't be surprised if 2K dropped him a moments card because he was doing everything. He was rebounding, getting assists. He hit 11 threes. Only thing he didn't get was the W, but he did everything else. Marcus Smart, welcome to the team. I love that pick, man. I love me some Marcus Smart. One of those dudes I usually trade for, but now he's just going to end up on our team. And back to single digits, and it is 4 points per game. 16 different guys averaging about 4 points per game. We got the oldest man in the league, Vince Carter. We got my boy Daniel Gafford. Matisse Thybulle would be a great pick, honestly. Darius Baisley. It's usually the younger guys that are averaging a small amount of points because they're growing. They don't have their roles yet in their NBA careers. I see Isaac Bonga there too, the legend. But let's see what number we're going to get. And we're getting the 2nd player. That is going to be Yogi Ferrell. Yogi Ferrell's onto the team, 26 years old. And that's the only thing I can really say about Yogi. Welcome to the team. I think that's a spin number 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but regardless, we're spinning again. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over! Give me the beer. Give it to me. 37. And since he's the only guy to average 37, I don't need to show you there's no randomization. Actually, what we can do is go down here, take 37 off because, well, that's the only guy. 37, James Harden, Luka Doncic. Oh, we already got 2 great pieces. And you know what? I could trade one of them. I'm about to really put my GM hat on. But I could keep both of them too and just win a bunch of championships. And when I say a bunch of championships, I mean 1 because that's what we do in these videos. We try to win 1. If we don't, it's over. We're going to 7 points per game. And again, I cannot complain because I got Luka Doncic and James Harden. So the rest don't matter too much. So 7 has so many players. It might be the most common number here, I guess. 34 different players. Some of them are like, which one of these players do we really like? PJ Tucker, because he's a sneakerhead like I am. Yeah, some good players here. Marcus Gasol would be dope. But that's that. Let's get our number. And we're getting the number 26. That's going to give us Terrence Davis, 22 years old, having a pretty good rookie season with the Raptors. So we'll take him. I'll be saying like, we'll take him. When in reality, I don't have a choice. I have to take him. And we're going back to 3 points per game. And you know what? We'll do this real quick because it doesn't matter. There's 16 different players. None of them are very good. And we're getting the 13th player. And that's Jerome Robinson at Boston College, I want to say. Jerome Robinson's coming to the team. That one don't matter at all. We have 2 spins left. Could give us 1 point per game and give us 30. I'm all right with it. And we're going to the number 13, my favorite number. So I know this is about to give me a player that I really like. Only 9 guys averaging 13 points per game. And my favorite out of the bunch, I guess, is Tyler Hero. Aaron Gordon's cool. It ain't that many dudes, 9 guys. And we're getting the number 8, which will give us Jeff Teague, newly acquired back to, I guess he was there before, but Atlanta Hawk player. Jeff Teague is on the team, and he is our second to last person. Just realize we have a ton, and I mean a ton of guards, and not a single center? Not a single center here. But we could get a center at 18 points per game, last person. Even if it's not a center, it don't matter because we're doing a rebuild. But I would like to at least start with 1 center, you know? 10 dudes. I see Derrick Rose. I see Freddie. I see Devontae Graham. I see Vucevic. So out of these 10 dudes, we cannot go wrong with any of them, honestly. And we're ending up with the 3rd guy, who is Devontae Graham. So Devontae Graham wraps up the wheel part of this video. Not a single center. I don't even think the biggest guy we have on our team is Marvin Williams, and he doesn't even play like a big man. He plays like a wing. Anthony Tolliver don't even play like a big man. He play like a wing. So we definitely got a lot of trades to build a real complete team, and I'm ready for it. Just give me a minute to put the roster together. All right, boys, we're here. I don't know how we ended up on the Washington Wizards, but we're on the Washington Wizards, and I'm cool with that. We got Luka, we got James Harden. Yeah, you know what the roster is. So our center is Marvin Williams at 6'8". Gonna get destroyed by everybody. We got a lot, and I mean a lot of guards on this team, man. Like, look at this. 4-point guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shooting guards. And 0 centers. Let's look at trade values, though. Obviously, these guys are going to have the most trade value on the team. How's John Wall still on my team? I'll be back. I don't know how the heck John Wall is still on my team, but I got to get rid of him. Okay, that's better. I released him. So John Wall is a free agent for all the other 29 teams that could use him. Okay, back to what I was doing. Now they want Jeff Teague to start. This is ridiculous. Let's look at some trade value, though. That's what I was in the process of doing. We know that these 2 guys are going to have maxed out. But, like, Devontae Graham's 24 and getting better. Kendrick Nunn is 24 and getting better. Marcus Smart is 25. Like, we have so many young pieces to play with, man. This is about to be a fun old rebuild. So, let's try it this way. Let's see who has his highest salary. Obviously, James Harden's the guy. But we got 2 contracts right here. We pair Jeff Teague, who's still an 82 overall. Jeff Teague is still good, don't get me wrong. And then we throw a young player with him like a DeAndre Hunter, and we could potentially get an all-star center. I'm very curious to what type of centers we can get. Steven Adams. We're looking for forwards in general, forward/center. Like a power forward, I wouldn't be too mad at. And the trade market is doo-doo. Okay, that is very anticlimactic. But I'm going to try to build my own. Let's see what teams are selling, what teams are rebuilding, and try to snag their pieces. How hard do you think it would be? Oh, never mind. There's no way Minnesota will trade Karl-Anthony Towns. Never mind. I was about to say, how hard do you think it is to trade for Karl-Anthony Towns? But apparently super hard because he's untouchable. I need a center that I know can roll to the rim very well for James Harden and or Luka. Drummond is a guy. I see a lot of teams rebuilding. Drummond could be a guy I know he can roll to the rim. Mitchell Robinson's a cheaper option, but he may have more trade value. Does that make sense? He's younger. He's 21 years old and 83 overall. But so far, we have Drummond and Mitchell Robinson on our short list. And those are the 2 teams that are selling or rebuilding that has a center that I want. So let's try the Pistons first. I don't think it'll be super hard to trade for him, man. So let's see. We'll throw you Jeff Teague. Obviously, that's not enough, but we'll offer it to you anyway. And we got a first round pick worth 2 stars. And then we'll give you one of our young pieces. Which one? We will give you Malik Monk. Oh, I heard you love you some Malik Monk, don't you? And you give us back Shvi Mikhailuk. And then we'll throw you another first. Deal. All right, Drummond's on the team. I did throw away 2 firsts for him. But he's a prototypical center for James Harden and Luka. Dives to the rim, plays decent defense, and rebounds the heck out of the ball. So that's our guy. I wonder if I make James Harden the point guard, his overall drops a bit. Same thing with Luka. I'd rather have James Harden be my primary point guard, but obviously it's a situation where they're gonna share the point guard duties. I do want to put both of them in a trade finder. I'm just curious. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Okay, that's it. And then for James Harden, Ben Simmons and Tobias, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Russell Westbrook and Clint Capella. Interesting stuff, but none of them blow my socks off. So I'm gonna keep. This is my big 3 right here. This is my big 3. So let's put together our wing players. Because right now, our best wing is DeAndre Hunter, who's cool, but as a guy that's trying to win a championship right now, I'd much rather get a guy with a little bit more experience. Same thing with our forward position, but we got a lot of pieces to potentially trade. So let's try to figure this out. Marvin Williams and DeAndre Hunter in a first-round pick could get us, I'm pretty sure can get us an 83 overall or higher. I like this trade a bunch. If I can do this trade without giving them a first-round pick, I will. We don't need scoring anymore. We got Luka and James Harden. Those are 2 guys that are at the top of the league when it comes to scoring. We don't need guys that have dropped 20 points per game other than them, but we need guys that can defend. John Isaac, one of the best defenders in the league. Aaron Gordon, I don't really want him to start. I'd rather have him be like my 6th, 7th man. So we'll offer this trade. They want a pick steal. They want to give us Vic Law. Never even heard that name before. I would rather give you some seconds instead of a first. They still want a first. They want to give us Kim Birch. How about no? Okay, let's just do the original deal. I was being a little bit greedy. We'll do the original deal that I was offered. 1 first-round pick. We're bringing in one of my favorite guys, and John Isaac, and Aaron Gordon's coming in too. Our bench, we don't need Marcus Smart and Devontae Graham. We can pick between the 2. And honestly, I'm trying to figure out. I think Kendrick Nunn would play better with Marcus Smart over Devontae Graham. So Devontae Graham may be the guy I trade here. We still got Terrence Davis, so I need to trade. Basically, we need to get more wing and big man on the team. So let's try to trade Terrence Davis. He's making like no money, though. That's the problem. Terrence Davis, Jerome Robinson in the first-round pick. Give us a good power forward / small forward type dude. So we're sending Terrence Davis back up north to Toronto, and we're getting OG and Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. 2 guys that I can use right now. I'll probably flip Rondé, but I really did that trade to bring in OG to come off our bench. Our bench is looking nice, to be honest with you. And we still have Devontae Graham to trade, or Marcus Smart. I still haven't completely decided to get a backup center. Oh my God. Devontae Graham, you've been dope for me so far, but I gotta go with Montrezl. I ain't even looked at the other 27 trades. Montrezl Harrell has to be the deal we do. Mitchell Robinson's there too, but I think we gotta go with Montrezl Harrell. That is the ideal backup center for us right now, and we're gonna trade for him. Anthony Tolliver's thrown into that trade too. Doesn't matter, at the trade exception, we got a deal. So right now we're looking at James, Luka, John Isaac, Aaron Gordon still as our starting power forward. Again, we may change that. Drummond. Off the bench we have Montrezl, Marcus Smart, OG, and Kendrick Nunn. Like that's a crazy team. And then we got Rondé as our backup power forward at this moment. But let's try. I think we got 1 more first-round pick. So if I can throw Aaron Gordon. Oh, we don't have any more first. Aaron Gordon, a second, and any of these, maybe Admiral Schofield has some trade value. I doubt it. He's 22, so he may have 1.5 star. Yeah, literally 1.5 star. Tristan Thompson doesn't help us. And the guy that makes the most sense is Nemanja Bjelica. He's a shooter, and when you have James Harden and Luka Doncic, you need shooters, and that's our guy. I think this is our team. I'm going to honestly make it a 9-man rotation because Montrezl can play some power forward, and then OG can also play some power forward, so we don't really need Rondé in the rotation at the moment. Let's see what system fits best with us. They want post-centric. No, we definitely not doing post-centric. Space and pace, balance, anything with post-centric. Why the heck is post-centric the thing for Scott Brooks? Yeah, give us some run and gun, space and pace type stuff, 9-man rotation. Let's go win a championship, man. I think this is one of the better teams we've built recently, especially since our 6-man is very, very good. Like, we should not lose more than 17 games. We're gonna lose less than 17 games and then win a championship. That's all that matters, to be honest. Hey, I highly underestimated how great this team was gonna be, man. We did our thing. Dizzle. Trae Young won most improved. He averaged 33 and 7. Jesus Christ, those are crazy numbers. 72 wins for us though. Washington Wizards, James Harden, you know, first team All NBA. He averaged 34 and 7 and 8. Almost 50, 40, 90. 54% from the field is an all-time high for James Harden, so he deserved to win MVP considering our team won 72 games. But that's just me talking. That's just me. Washington Wizards, Luka Doncic, All-NBA second team. He averaged 20. Oh, he averaged a triple-double. And was close to 50, 40, 90 club. Do we have Washington Wizard Andre Drummond, defensive team, all defensive second team, and he averaged 17 and 13. So my boys were just out here hooping, man. We didn't have any rookies. My boys were out here hooping, and you know what that sound is. If you know what that sound is, comment down below. Let's get it going, boys. The last two videos, I was the 1 seed and I didn't win the championship. That's ending today. We lost 0 games against people in our division. We were killing stuff. Let's see what our boy John Isaac and them did. Because, again, his role is not to score the ball. He's here to defend. And he averaged 6. Yeah, okay. Monte off the bench averaged 20. He deserved to also win 6th Man of the Year. I love our team. I love our team a bunch. So let's go win a championship, hopefully. I'm going to make it an 8-man rotation. They want to start Montrezl Harrell. I can't do that. I will start Nemanja Bjelica still because we need that spacing. They want OG Anunoby to start over John Isaac. And I'm not against that. OG's a better 3-point shooter. His defense is good too. He shot 40% from 3 while John Isaac shot 28. So we need to prioritize the shooting with a roster like this. Game 1 is a dub. Game 2 should be a dub. I think, did I get eliminated by the 8th seed in one of these videos? That ain't happening today. That ain't happening today. If we do not win a championship, I am retiring from rebuilds. Think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? You better be rooting for us. Watch the Wizards about to win a championship, hopefully. Because if not, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. We are not doing this. We are not doing this today. Please. Please, bro. What? What? Oh my God, they won. Oh, they won. I don't know what the heck just happened in these last 2 minutes. We won the game. Just win it again. Just go 2-2. I will feel so much safer being 2-2 than 3-1. I can say, oh, real by a bunch. Okay. They're giving us a little scare. It ain't over yet, but a big game 5 here. We win game 5, we win the series. You win game 5, you win the series, and we're up by a bunch. Thank you, Jesus, a 20-point win. And like, man, that would have been tragic to lose in the second round. I mean, we still could, because they're fighting. They're fighting, but that's a W. Come on, close it out. Close it out. That's a W. Oh, man, sigh of relief, baby. And we're going against the Nets and not the Bucks. That's kind of better for us, bro. The Bucks be kicking my butt in these videos. 1 win, 2 win, just 3 win, championship. Okay. All right. 1 team to go through. And it was almost OKC. It was almost OKC. All right. Okay. See, I see you. This team's actually good too. We did give them Devontae Graham. They got Lou Will and Devontae Graham coming off their bench, bro. And honestly, they may be starting Devontae Graham at point guard. He had a plus-minus of 42 in his 30 minutes. That is ridiculous. All right, let's win. Game 1. Game 2. Thank God I don't have to retire. I don't have to retire. You think I was joking? I would have retired. I would have retired from rebuilds because 2020 was supposed to be the year of me, and I was starting off tough. All right, championship. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like. Link is in the description to my second channel. We just reacted to some more videos today. I'm actually really enjoying the reactions. I like reading the comments of people. Getting insight on stuff that I didn't even know. Seeing stuff I didn't even see. Like, can you imagine somebody that was born in 1996 like me to go back and watch footage from the 90s? I mean, of course, I've done it before, but like, it's all new. And it's going to be new to you. You can get my reactions by clicking that link in the description, going to subscribe. It's McKinney. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.